Yeah, so I took a little break from making videos. I feel a little bit more clear now, but there's still so much confusion, so much, yeah, just doubt and kind of feelings like, what's even the point of doing any of this? But all I really know is I want to just keep showing up for whatever it's worth. Um, it's so easy for it to just feel like that this is not doing anything. But yeah, it's not actually easy to even just do this. Obviously, there's people who have like they're kind of public speakers for a living, right? But then there's other people who will say things like, "Oh, you're just talking, but you're not doing anything." But yeah, talking is doing something, but it should be productive, right? That's the point. Or like it should help somebody, I guess. It's like if you're gonna um make videos or like be a speaker or something, it has to be either entertaining or it's informative. Like people are getting something out of it. And that I found also for me is like very a very needed kind of North Star, because if I'm just thinking, okay, I'll just make whatever, then I don't think much good will come off of it. There's other people who will just make whatever video and share their life, and I used to think that that's what I want to do too, so that like I can talk about anything and I don't have to worry about whatever. Like I don't know exactly why, but I just thought that more kind of freedom for expression would equal maybe more enjoyment or just more satisfaction or something. But yeah, it's not actually necessarily true. Like I used to imagine myself making like travel videos or something. But then even though I went abroad and I could have done all those videos like vlogs or something, I always found that like actually this is kind of cringe. Like I don't actually want to do this, and I found way more reasons not to do it than to do it. Like obviously the reason to do it is to then have like the lifestyle where you get to say, okay, I'm traveling and I get to do this for a living. Like I'm traveling for a living. But the reality is actually quite different because if you are making some content about your life, then I started to feel like, okay, well, if I made that, then I would actually always feel bad for just enjoying myself in my free time, and always wanting to bring a camera along, and you know something happens and you didn't have your camera on, it will be kind of like a missed opportunity. I feel like that's not a actually a good way to live your life. So in the end, I decided to go for like these kind of informative videos where I just kind of share the things I learn, and I feel like that's way more practical actually. And putting some kind of limitation on yourself like this, where you're like, okay, I'll only. I mean, it's not even like putting a limitation on yourself. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's more like a direction that you give yourself. And for me, I don't know, I'm thinking I want to talk about things that can help people, so that there's a point in doing it, and no matter how it turns out, it's kind of respectable in my mind. Whereas like if I'm just kind of talking about myself and about my life, one, I don't really know if people care. Like I guess if it's entertaining, then people care, and it's like I cannot really know. But I think it's just more people are gonna be interested in, of course, in like just learning something, right? I mean, personally, I don't think of myself as much of an entertainer. I don't really think I have that knack for entertaining people. I think I'm more just someone who likes to teach what they learned. Yeah, I guess the big point about like from this video is like kind of this topic of like what's the point or what's the worth of doing what I'm doing, right? And I'm feeling like I really do want to just make videos like this where I just really talk about what's actually on my mind and what I'm working on. And I basically haven't been giving myself the permission to do that because I think a lot of the time it will end up being about making videos, but actually I think that's fine. Like it's kind of this meta thing. It's gonna be a lot of like meta kind of content where it's like, you know, I'm making videos about making videos. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So what's wrong with that, really? I just noticed that again and again on like a deeper and deeper level where I'm like, yeah, okay, why am I actually worried about this? Like, why actually not? I don't actually want to worry about whether what I'm doing is good enough. Like, if I'm not gonna be successful with what I'm doing, that's actually fine. I'd rather that than if I'm kind of doing it in an inauthentic way and doing like making content that I actually don't really feel like making, but then being successful. Like, I don't think I care about that. Like for me it's all the same. I wanted to talk about that today in the sense that I don't think you should strive for anything that isn't freely given to you. By which I mean, like, you cannot anyway control if people will respect you or if you're going to be successful or if people are going to like your work or what you're doing or you as a person and all these things, right? Like, they're out of our control, so why even worry about it? And this is one of the things that has been coming up for me where I just find myself again kind of realizing that, okay, at the end of the day, you can do anything that you like. You could do anything, but no matter what you do, there's gonna be people who don't like you, people who don't respect you, and I don't know. I think if you get on the kind of path where you feel like you have to prove yourself or you have to prove something to yourself, I mean, that's first of all just a really big trap because you kind of never really get out of that mindset. And that kind of thing has been keeping me from making videos for way too long because there's so many things where I just feel like it's not good enough. But then in the end, it's just like, okay, well, if it's not good enough, then so be it. I just want to do what I want to do. And right now, I just want to be consistent and keep showing up with making these videos for whatever it's worth. Another thing is that I catch myself thinking so much about traditional kind of paths, you know? Like, it just feels like I have to follow this kind of traditional path where I'm doing some type of career or something and I have like my life planned out and I know what I'm gonna do each day. But then I actually don't even want that. Like, I crave the kind of stability that comes from that. And that's why I keep going back to thinking about those kind of things. Like, okay, what am I gonna do? Like, what do I actually want to do? What kind of career do I want to pursue or something? But yeah, there's like if you're like that, if you're like me, then I think what you gotta do is you just gotta realize, like, at the end, is that really like what you want your life to look like? Because personally, I actually don't want my life to be predictable. Like, of course, I want stability, and for stability, you need to be consistent with some things. Like, you have to do something consistently so that you can get like a consistent kind of return on whatever effort that you're putting in. Because if you're just doing everything very sporadically, then your results are also going to be kind of sporadic, right? I mean, it doesn't mean that it cannot work, But yeah, everybody has to just figure that out for themselves and find their own balance, you know? If we again take YouTube videos as an example, there's gonna be people who will make a video once a month, and then there's gonna be people like me who make a video every day. And obviously there's gonna be a huge difference in like the quality and everything. Like I just shoot my videos, I edit out whatever, a few pauses or where I stutter or something, and then that's it. I can do that in like, I can do the editing in, I don't know, depending on how long the video is, like 10 minutes. But those people who are making it once a month, they're probably also working on things like not necessarily every day, but yeah, they're obviously gonna put in a lot more effort. And it's like, there's no right or wrong. You just do however you want to do it. And I think rather than overthinking like how you want to do it, just do it the way that you want to do it, and kind of trust that it will work out. Because that's what it comes down to. Like, you have to just have some trust that things are gonna work out. Otherwise, you can never be free. And just relax into, you know, being who you are. Yeah, I just want to work on my energy and everything. And for that, also, these videos have been good because I've been feeling like, okay, I could articulate myself better. I could make sure I enunciate more like properly and things like that. So yeah, like this is helpful in a lot of ways, even if nothing comes of it. But no matter the outcome, it's not under my control. I mean, like I talk about these things like very casually, but I hope that by me talking about them, I don't know, you can hopefully get something out of it, so that there's like something mutually beneficial going on here, you know? That's of course my hope. I'm gonna just end it here. If this helped you at all, let me know. You can leave a like, then I will know it'll help you. And if you have any questions that you think I can help you with, then leave them in the comments. I will always read them. So other than that, take care and bye-bye.